So that was sort of my problem I was trying to solve, and that was sort of my spiritual journey. And it was a very difficult journey because, when graduation was occurring, most of my classmates were taking jobs at sort of very high-fly places, investment banks and consulting companies, and um, you know, IBM and Microsoft, and they would all kind of look at me very strangely, saying, "This is the guy starting the surgical sponge company." My parents also were not very supportive of this. They said, "You've gone to such a great university, you've spent so much money. This sounds a little bit too much that you're deciding to do this company." So I didn't really get much support, and it was very sort of entrepreneurship is a very lonely and tough journey, because in the beginning it's very easy for people to say you can't do it. It's very difficult, and they can list 100 reasons why you can't do it. I didn't have any money. My parents wouldn't give me any money. How do you hire people? How do you build the technology? So the second thing I would tell people is, after you've discovered a great problem, is you have to find a great team to work with you. And without a good team, it's almost impossible to start a company. If you look at all great companies today, most of them have two founders. Google, Microsoft, Apple, I mean, these are just the ones that come to my mind. They have at least two co-founders. And often one of the co-founders is the prominent name, and the other co-founder people don't know, but most of these companies start with two co-founders. And even in India, when you look at a lot of the great companies, a lot of them are family businesses. And with family businesses, you have that team of co-founders, people that you can trust. So that's one of the other pieces of advice I'd give to you, is that look for great problems, find a good team, because you need that team to support you during this emotional, and I often say irrational journey. So I had my co-founder. He was a classmate of mine named Steve Fleck. We were in school together, so he said, "I'll also do this with you." So we did it together. And we were lucky enough, the U.S. has a lot of federal grant system to help you start companies in ideas that help the medical field, and especially for patient safety. So we applied for a couple grants, and it took us about 8 months. For the first 8 months, we didn't have any funding or anything like that, but we were lucky enough to get a $500,000 grant from the federal government, and that helped us start the company. But actually, I step back. Before then, while we were at Carnegie Mellon, we wrote a business plan, and we entered a lot of business plan competitions. We entered about, I think, 20 business plan competitions. And we won 4 business plan competitions, which helped us raise initial money at least. So we won about, the $20,000, $30,000 in initial money that helped us, at least after university we could have a place to live and have an office, small office, and things like that. And then the first year we really struggled, and I remember a lot of my classmates who were these nice jobs, had bought nice cars, were living in nice apartments, and they would sort of look at us like, these are the two crazy guys still trying to solve the problem of the surgical sponges. So fast forwarding from 2004 to 2008, there was a long struggle in between, but we grew the company to about 20 people. We ended up raising about $15 million in funding, which is a lot of money. The product got approved by the FDA, which is the Food and Drug Administration, and now it's used in a lot of hospitals. And at the end of 2008, I sold my stake to the venture capital investors, and I came to India to study entrepreneurship in India. And I wanted to see that why aren't we having enough entrepreneurs in India? What is it about India? There's so many Indian entrepreneurs in America, but why aren't there as many Indian entrepreneurs in India, especially people who come out of fine institutions like this one, and MBA courses and things like that? And that's when I discovered that in India, the entrepreneurship is, I feel, not encouraged enough and not enough of a respected path. And I hope that that changes over time. I want to ask you how many, how many people in this audience are students right now? So most of the audience is students. And how many people want to start a company eventually? Okay, so about a little bit more than half of the people here want to start companies. So, I just have, I guess, a couple pieces of advice for you. One is make sure that, look for problems. Look around you, all the people that want to start companies. Find people that can complement your skills, that can be good teammates. It's very important that when you start a company with your classmates or with other people, that your skill sets are different. If you have 2-3 people alike on the founding team, then you don't really add much value. You have to make sure that if you have good engineering background, make sure your partner has maybe a good finance background. If your partner has a good finance background, make sure your other partner has a good operations background. So you want a diversity of skills so that you learn and respect each other. And trust with your business partner is very important, because you're going to be spending so much time together, and you don't want to be worried and saddled by issues of trust. You want to be able to focus on solving the problem and getting to the next steps. And it's also important to make sure that you have varied degrees of experience. So Steve and I, though we were right out of university, we didn't have much experience. We made sure that we created a board of advisors that had a lot of experience, that had been in the industry for 10 or 20 years. And I think that's also very important, that don't be shy to ask for help from others, because people who have been successful as entrepreneurs, they always want to give back to the system. They always want to help the next generation of people.